Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Dynamite Blitz. We get this one started out hot. Get Blake Christian versus Kenny Omega. Omega was pretty dominant throughout that match there. Not too much offense from Blake, if you will. V-trigger for the win.
Into the one-winged angel. Yeah, pretty short opening Dynamite match. Blake Christian was on a 7-match win streak. I guess that's over. Over. But, yeah, decent match, but over real quick, which led to Kenny getting on the mic, making statements for Dynasty. Got that 3-way coming up with Ricochet and Speedball Mike Bailey, which then led to Speedball coming out. What did Speedball have to say?
Respect was there.
Yep, admiration for Kenny.
And then it turns into no mercy from the Speedball. Yep. No mercy he's going to show.
Not going to hesitate.
And then we're getting old Ricochet on the big TV there. Not really there, but he's kind of, what is he doing there? What is he doing?
About to get married, I guess?
He was going to get married. It was a marriage thing.
Yeah. Wants the girl and the gold when he leaves.
He wants it all. Kenny gets back on. He's going to solidify his legacy by winning this and carrying international championships to higher glory.
Yep.
Doing a little quick cut here, we get a Jericho promo. Fresh after losing the mask. He's basically just calling out Big Bill and Brian Keith. They got to earn their spot if they want to be under the tree of knowledge. Basically calls out Bandito at Dynasty. I believe mask versus title. Could be very interesting.
Risky.
Very interesting. Cutting into a little MJF in that ring, getting ready to talk to Mr. MVP. How'd that one go?
Pretty good, but first MJF had to do is making fun of the locals. Had a nice little Minnesota voice.
Minnesota.
It's kind of like that. Typical MJF, which then led to him giving his answer to MVP. MVP came out. He is super over with the crowd. All sorts of chants. MJF, actually, to my surprise, is about to shake his hand, says he wants to be in the business of hurting people, and the music hits for the Hurt Syndicate. Bobby and Shelton, not too thrilled with this. What do you think they think?
Lashley kind of stands there very angry looking, very angry. Wants that card back. He takes that card, rips it up in front of MJF in front of him.
Yeah.
None happy with what just happened in said ring there.
Yeah. MJF got out of there pretty quick after that, but he wants to talk, so we'll see.
Yep, then we're getting a little Big Bill and Keith come out there, and they're wanting to challenge the Syndicate for those belts.
MVP was not having it.
He wants them to win a match first.
Yes.
Win that match first. We'll see where that goes from there. Unknown currently. Now we cut a little backstage. We get some Renee with Thunder Rosa and Timeless Tony. They're kind of calling out Ford and Bane for the main event match later on.
Yeah.
New names, Thunder Tits.
Yep.
Not Thunderstorm. I like Thunder Tits better, if you will. Then we're getting the hard-hitting, powerful match. Brody versus Kyle Fletcher. Callis comes out there as well.
Yeah, he's at ringside for this one.
Not on said mic.
Well.
This one was chops, hard hits.
Yes.
Many cool things from those guys. Both those guys powerful, hard-hitting.
Yeah.
Digging that. You had some crazy stuff outside, correct?
Yeah, lots during the commercial break. Lots of violence on the outside. Kyle Fletcher kind of getting it taken to him. But by the time they got back from break, Kyle kind of got back on top, put Brody in a pretty nasty pile driver, and that led to Davis coming out and doing a little messy poo. And then we get the nasty turnbuckle move, the brainbuster. Looked pretty nasty.
It was nice, powerful by Fletcher to lift up Brody.
Yeah, good on both of them for pulling that off.
Yeah, Brody kicks out of that one, though. No, that's not right.
No, that ended him. That was over for him.
There was also a bad pile driver. That's what Brody kicked out of. That's what I'd written down.
I mentioned that.
Yeah, I don't pay attention.
He doesn't pay attention.
Walter
has a short attention span sometimes.
Then after that, you're getting some Hobbs coming out there to help in the beatdown of Brody for a second. Bleeding in to said match. Davis did have a little bit of a limp. Not sure if we had an ankle issue.
Match had a weird start. Yeah, they were like
back outside the ring, getting held back. I thought they were going to call
security
her off.
was there. Yeah,
kind of weird. They ended up starting the match up. Davis seemed decent throughout. He was pushing off it and doing things. Still favoring here and there.
Good actor.
It was good. He's acting.
Hopefully,
could be an injury unknown, but he was limping weird early on too. It was weird.
Yeah.
Hobbs hits Davis with that big spine buster, gets the win, but Davis sticking through. If you really were hurt, you got her done. Still looked good. Did all the stuff. Got her done. Then we're getting a little backstage with the patriarchy with Lexi and what happened there.
No father in this segment. It's
None.
Just Nick Wayne, Mother, and Kip. And Nick Wayne wants to tell everyone that watch him. He's going to show everybody how to execute a plan. So I'm guessing that's another shot across the bow of Father Christian. So we'll see how that goes for Nick.
Yeah, it seems like he orchestrated that little cope screw up there. Coming in and hitting the Wayne's World.
We'll see.
It could have been the plan, unknown. He might be turning, unknown.
Yep. But then after that, we had another backstage. This one with Renee and Hangman Adam Page. Swerve kind of interrupted that one pretty quick. He is none too happy with Hangman entering the...
He's entering the Owen, folks. The Owen.
It's going to be a theme for tonight.
Next up, we're getting a little Tony Schiavone, the rated FTR, and Cope rated FTR. I said FTR and Cope sit down, rated FTR as a whole. That got kind of awkward there with Dax, Cope. There's still some friction there. Sounded like they kind of want to go for tag titles at first. Yeah. And then Cope kind of weasels his way in there and was like, let's go for the trios because we're a cool trio. Yeah. And I don't think Dax is happy. I don't think Dax is happy.
Does not seem like it.
Nah, I think something's weird going on there. Who knows what's going to happen. They do get a little call out. They do want that trios match at Dynasty calling out Death Riders. Yeah. We'll see what happens there.
Cash and Cope overruled Dax on that. Trios titles.
Yeah, it's going to get weird, I think. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe not. Next, we're getting Swerve. He's out there on said mic, getting ready to call out Mox, and you can go there. That's a solid, excellent promo between those two.
Yep.
Good back and forth.
Yeah, Mox came out. Basically, finally, in my opinion, was fairly coherent with his thoughts on the mic. You know, the words seemed to mean more this time.
Despite all the head scars.
Yeah, a lot of head scars.
Sounded good.
Yeah, the back seems to be okay too, folks. But Swerve called him out. He's basically had enough of Mox's shenanigans, says he can't even use the belt or take it out because he probably can't stand the sight of himself with the belt. I think he might be onto something there. You had Claudio coming out, hanging out behind Prince Nana. What else? You had Maria come out with Willow.
Marina came out, and then Willow.
Yep.
Swerve was too smart for Mox and had Willow come out there for the save.
He knows this game.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good. He had, right after that kind of disband. Then you have Marina and Willow.
Yeah, going at it pretty hard.
Going at it. Hopefully that's setting up something cool later. Yep. It could be a cool little fight ski, if you will.
Yeah.
Next, we get the Ops. I believe Shibata took the camera in control.
He was cameraman tonight.
Taking some pictures of Caster. Best wrestler in the world. Gets choked out by Joe in 2 seconds. I believe there was some banter between Joe and Hook to lead into that.
I
something wasn't fun, and then it was fun.
Well, seems like it must be something where people are choking Max Caster out, because Hook, I believe, said that was his favorite person to mess with or choke out for whatever reason. So
and Joe had to try and see. It was fun.
Joe did enjoy it.
That's what it was.
Yep.
We're getting a little backstage with Renee again with Jay White, who is also entering the Owen. So he's in there. Well, so you're getting like Jay White, you're getting Osprey, you're getting Hangman, and Swerve.
I thought Ricochet.
Did it say Swerve was in there? Was that what Swerve was mad about? And he's getting a title shot already. I'm confused.
Well, no, I think I'm under the assumption Swerve is probably going to take that belt. So then probably the winner of the Owen would be facing either Moxley or Swerve.
Did they botch the main event of Dynasty?
No, they didn't.
They botched the main event?
No.
Unknown. I had to go back and watch the tape, folks.
It's fine.
Instant replay.
But anyway, Owen Hart tourney is happening and people are entering left and right. We've got storylines from past Owens colliding with this, so we'll see. We'll see how this tournament shakes out.
Yeah, should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Expecting good things from said tournament.
Yeah.
You get the hometown match there from Minnesota, the top flight, fighting the locals. Yeah. Some local guys. Darius had some weird spots there. Didn't look too clean. Locals to be expected, but top flight, they always come through, I believe.
Yeah.
Many high flying spots. Good, decent stuff overall. Dante does the high, cool dribble between my legs.
Splash
into the splash. Yep. Gets very high, folks. Very high. Good win there. They got their
match
hometown.
had some watchers too. We had Leo and Andretti watching, and I think Big Bill and the Bad Apple also watching.
A little backstage, a little scouting report, maybe.
Yeah,
a little scouting.
Very popular match to watch, I guess.
Tag team, back again.
Yep.
Then we're getting Briscoe versus Kenosuke. Solid match throughout there. Takeshita in control for most of said bout.
Yep.
Briscoe had his moments with his kung fu. Some other couple comebacks there.
Tough dude.
He is very tough. Might have lost a tooth.
Yeah.
Unknown how, but...
I thought he spit something out when he bit Kenosuke on the top. Looked almost like tooth size.
Yeah.
And then he lost one on a huge knee late in the match.
Yeah, it was weird. He ended up coming back a little bit there. Hit the froggy bow.
Yep.
A J driller.
Yep.
Still couldn't put him away.
Nope.
Kenosuke's one tough some bitch.
Yep.
He ends up hitting the Raging Fire. Could be a new name. I don't recall hearing that in the past, but I like the Raging Fire for the win. Worked out pretty good there for him. That was a solid match. Good throughout, back and forth.
Yeah.
Dug that one quite a bit. Cutting to Death Riders backstage. So the trios, you're getting Uter, Claudio, and Pac. Basically just saying they're challenging Rated FTR. Yeah. They don't get challenged. They make the challenges.
Yeah, we'll see if they survive.
Should be Dynasty survival.
Yep. Then we're getting Alicia backstage with MVP and Hurt Syndicate kind of talking shop about maybe adding a fourth, obviously MJF. Lashley and Shelton are not really too sure about MJF, but MVP,
question.
Yeah. They don't trust him. He's kind of slimy.
If he's hanging around MJF, he's a scumbag.
Or something like that, yeah. But, MVP is telling them to basically trust his plan, and we got to get on the same page about Big Bill. Big Bill's a big threat.
Big Bill, big time Big Bill.
What about the Bad Apple, or is it just Big Bill?
Just Big Bill.
Okay.
It's just Big Bill.
All right.
Main event, folks. Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne versus Timeless Tony and Thunder. Very good. All the outfits are very nice, if you will.
Yep.
Tony.
Yep.
Heart, butt. Rosa, open thighs. All very nice. Bayne got that hot dog tan. Something fierce.
The goddess tan.
Something fierce.
Yeah.
I thought great match. Good tag team. Good back and forth from all of them. Some hard hits from Bayne per tradish.
Yeah.
For me, I'm digging Ford. I think Ford's doing some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since she's come back, she's improved. I think they should try to move her on to... She'd be a good TBS champion.
Yeah. Or more women's tag, I think both these tag teams were pretty smooth looking. I'd enjoy some more women's tag matches.
Yeah, in the end, Bayne fates descent on Rosa. She gets out of the ring, hits it on Tony for the win, kind of just building toward the dynasty there. Really good playing overall there. Good, solid main event.
Yeah, good ending on that one.
They done good for the main event. Moving on to everyone's favorite segment, choppiest match.
Ooh.
We started with the Kenny. That was kind of choppy early on there. But then you get to Brody, and unbearable with Brody. He was chopping away. That was my chat. I believe you're going to agree with Brody.
Obviously, Brody King versus Kyle Fletcher. That had all the chops you could ask for.
Yeah, now that I think about it, it would have been nice to have Davis. Maybe if he was 100% healthy, he could have been chopping on Powerhouse Hobbs at one chop.
Yeah, I don't honestly remember.
There was not one chop.
Yeah, I was going to say. Maybe because he was hurt.
It'd have been easier to chop.
I don't know. Who knows?
I'm thinking back on it. Missed opportunity, AEW. High spots. I'll go mine first. I got a tie between the Briscoe Takeshita match and the main event.
Yeah.
Both of them I thought were pretty good there. That's my kind of high spots for the whole night.
Yeah.
How about you?
The ladies have been killing it. I would go with my favorite is the Mox and Swerve promo. I was very surprised. Mox had it together. They Swerve him worked together pretty well. Dig it. Should have maybe done it sooner, but looks like it's getting done. And obviously the main event: Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford, Toni Storm, Thunder Rosa. That was good. Women are just killing it right now in AEW, so can't go wrong.
How about a low? What do you got for a low?
Low, I'd probably have to go that second segment, which was the Jericho segment, because I had to go get some Dino Nuggies for Walter, and I missed that segment. I missed it.
You'll see Walter shortly.
Yeah.
Walter will appear.
Yeah, he's a little camera shy.
I'm wearing his gear.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. Wanted to fit in.
Yeah.
Low for me, just because of the short length, the Kenny and Blake.
Okay.
They should have dragged it out a little bit more. I'd like to see them fight. Maybe put them together one more time.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to do that, and then you're just kind of like,
It wasn't a squash, but it was
a tease.
It was close.
I was teased with what could have been a cool match with a short match. Yeah. Give me more. Give me one more. Give me one more.
Got a lot of promos these days. You know?
One more. Yeah, I'm going to copy people.
Yeah.
Let's move on here. Let's go to Collision. We will be live at Collision in Milwaukee this week.
Yep.
Some of the highlights there that we did notice, you're getting the Big Bill and the Bad Apple versus Top Flight. Looking forward to seeing those guys in action there. Monet in action.
CEO time Saturday.
CEO. That's going to be glorious doing the dance. Queen Aminata versus Jamie Hayter. A little bit for Hayter's been out of the room a bit there. I don't know why. That could be a visa thing. She's coming from the UK.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But Queen Aminata, looking forward to seeing those two. That should be fun. Dax versus Wheeler. Maybe Dax's single runs starting here. Who knows? Jay White versus Devin Knight. I thought he was TNA. It's not correct. There's somebody that I believe that looks like it could be TNA. I got to do some more research on this guy. But he's definitely Ring of Honor as well. He could be moving around. But looking forward to seeing Jay White in action as well. So you're getting at least 6 matches plus some promos. It should be very interesting. It'll be my first probably official wrestling event. Many moons ago, I did see a Impact in a very local area that did have, funny story, Kurt Angle and MVP were on the show. I got to see them. I was like in the second row. Very small, like gymnasium, weird spot. But yeah, it's funny with the MVP now that I think about it. His name's Montel.
That was what
Montel.
MJF was calling him Montel, yeah.
I'm trying to think about
first
the name.
name basis. Yeah.
Montel.
Yeah.
Next week on Dynamite, I believe 2 things were just kind of announced. We might have missed something, but you're getting Willow and Swerve versus Marina and Mox. That should be very interesting. Yep. Probably hard hitting both sides there.
Tornado tag, right?
Mixed. Just mixed.
Yeah, it wasn't mixed tornado?
No, I think it's just mixed.
Okay. We'll see. I
don't think they can hit other people in AEW. It's not that. It's not that indie, folks.
Or is it?
Then you're getting a little Osprey return there. That's next week in Peoria, Illinois. Straight south of Milwaukee. Come back up through Milwaukee. Should be interesting. You're getting, I think, Dynamite and Collision next week all in one night. So I believe it's Basketball City for next Saturday. Yeah. Should be fun. Dynamite overall, solid show. Came back, a little bounce back from last week, which I thought was a little bit low. Could be travel issues. Solid. Overall good. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if you want us to change anything on this show here. Add some new stuff. You let us know. Blitz is always growing. Without further ado, though, we're leaving.
See ya. Hopefully we hit record.
No, without further ado, we're leaving.